Alright guys, today we are going to begin our word work notebook. Yesterday you set it up, so today we're going to start with our first root and our first prefix. So let's start by opening our notebooks to our table of contents. We're going to start here on our prefix page. The first prefix that you're going to add in there will be I am. And I am, when it's at the beginning of a word, stands for not. Okay, we're going to flip really quick and find what page we're going to put this on. So use our tab to flip over, and this is I am is going to go on to page 3. Okay, so let's flip back to our table of contents. And we want to put that page number. It's page 3. Alright, well we have another prefix that we're going to also be working on, which will go on page 4. It is I-N, and it also means not. Alright, so go ahead and write that in our table of contents. Let's go ahead and flip over to prefixes. We're going to start with I am. We learned that I am means not, so let's go ahead and put that on our page. Then we're going to think of some words that have this prefix in them. My first word that I want you to write down is impossible. Impossible. Impossible means not possible. All right, I'll give you a minute to write that down. My second I am word is going to be immature, which means not mature. Alright, so as you continue working on all of your daily 5 stuff, think about looking for this prefix. See if you can find it in words, and you can add your words right here underneath it. Alright, let's flip over to page 4, which will be our root I-N, which also means not. I have a few words as examples for you for that. The word inconvenient. Which means not convenient. If you have to go to the doctor, sometimes your parents or someone might say, it's so inconvenient. It's not a good time. My next one is insane, which would be not sane. The football game this weekend was insane. The crowd was crazy, so it was not sane, not a normal, everyday occurrence. Okay, again, you have some extra space here. See if you can find some of those prefixes as we go throughout our work in the Daily 5 this week. The next thing we need to do is our root for this week. So let's go back to our table of contents. You want to go to the very first root table of contents. And our root for this week is graph. This is a word that you might have heard in math. You might have heard it a lot of different places. It's one that we use quite a bit. And the definition for graph means to write. Let's flip really quickly, see what page we want to put this on. So we're going to put our graph stuff on page 25 and 26. All right, now you should have two pieces to your graph that you're going to put in your notebook. One of them looks like this. It's just a simple little piece of paper with your definitions, and one of them looks like a pencil. All right, you can take a few minutes, like maybe 3 or 4, to color your pencil. If you want to pause it really quickly, color it before you cut. That would be a good idea. Once you are ready to cut, you need to cut just on those dotted lines. Nothing but dotted lines is where you want to cut. Right on those dotted lines. Don't want to cut any farther. All right, so it's also very tricky to glue these because we want to make them to be flaps so that you can open them and write underneath them. So I want you to put glue on this part of your pencil. Right here, just one strip of glue. Then you're going to put it right into your notebook on page 26. You see I have my pretty colored one that I've already done. I have my definitions on page 25. If you want to go ahead and glue those in as well, so that they're there for you. And what we're going to do is we are going to look at each word, and we're going to write hints down to help us. So for example, if we look at our pencil, our first word here is autograph. We look at our definition, it says the signature of a famous person. The young boy approached the football player and requested an autograph. So the word that we're going to remember it by is a signature. Signature. All right. The next one we have is a telegraph. A telegraph is a way that they used to send messages over wires. So what I want us to write under the telegraph flap, sends messages using wires. See if I can turn it this way so you can see it a little bit better. All right, our next one is a paragraph. Now, most of you guys should know what a paragraph is. We do lots of that in writing. Our paragraph is going to be part of a writing dealing with one subject. All right, I'll put it right here so you can see it a little bit better. Hopefully you have that telegraph. If you need to hit pause, you can do that so that you can write it a little bit better and have a little bit more time. All right, our next word that we have here is graphite. This is probably a word that you have not heard, but it's something that you use every single day. Graphite is the black substance in our pencils. So it's the black substance in our pencils. That's that black, that it's what we use to write the words. I'm going to give you just another minute to make sure you have that down. And then our final one is graffiti. Now, most of you probably have heard graffiti. Pictures are words written on a wall. Usually it's not a good thing. It's not something that, is done there to make it pretty. Usually graffiti is unwanted pictures or words that you don't want up there. All right, once you have those in, hopefully you got plenty of time to color your picture and make it look really nice. The next thing that I want you guys to do is to go into Blackboard. You will see a Greek and Latin roots, and it's graph. It's an activity that I want you guys to work on. And I have a bonus question for you. This week during reading we read Big Talkers. In that story, our root word is used. If you can come tell Miss Anders what word that is used that has the root graph in it, then I may have a surprise for you. All right, guys, go ahead and go on to Blackboard. Make sure that you get that work done.